Okay, so right now I'm trying to figure out how to hook up I believe it's the high pressure switch for the AC, which is that guy. And then I need to solder, well, the wires to the actual pigtail, which is this guy right here. So I gotta solder those wires in. I gotta solder the two wires for the clutch on the AC compressor. And well, I had gone to the junkyard and I cut the female portion of this connector here. The wires that I have in this bundle right here are the ones for my, what is it, the oil pressure gauge and my water temp gauge. And then these three that you see here are the ones for the pressure switches. Well, one's for the pressure switch, the other one's for the clutch on the AC compressor. So this is for the pressure switch. This one is for the, oh no, this one's for the pressure switch. This one also for the pressure switch. It has a diode here. The direction of the current flow. Then from this one, this guy goes there, and I believe that's the ground, and it goes to this corner one. And then if you follow it, it comes in here, right? So then this is the negative for the clutch. This gray with white is the positive, the 12-volt source for the clutch to engage. That's also coming from that little section with the diode. And then this other green with orange stripe, that's going to go to the pressure switch, which is this side of it. And then this other wire that's there, the one on the right, this guy right here, this is going to get soldered on this other end. Then at that point I'm going to add Freon to the system, put it into a vacuum, add Freon, and see if my AC functions the way I believe it's going to work. So give me a few minutes, let me solder this up, and then we'll see if it works. Now what do I do with the solder? Waiting for it to heat up, and then I'll go ahead and solder it. It's taking a while. there's that wire. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. Then once it's hopefully functional, I'll give you guys an update. Dang it. Let it warm up for a bit, and then I'll go ahead and melt the solder. Shit. God damn it. Come on. There you go. Now it's melting. Now we gotta heat up the heat shrink tube to protect the solder that we just applied. There's that. So then at that point, I can just plug it in for now. Pressure switch is wired up. I just gotta run these wires here. Forgot to add a heat shrink to this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and add heat shrink once I cut the wire off of the spool. This red and black wire, well, these two wires right here are the ones that are gonna supply the power and ground to my AC clutch, so it engages and disengages. I'm just gonna add the heat shrink here. Once I cut the wire, connect it, go get the, well, vacuum the system, add the Freon, and once I know everything is functional, then I'll come back and clean up the wires. That way it doesn't look like this and it looks more like this guy over here. Right now it just looks, I don't know, kind of messy. So tape them up, put them inside one of these sleeves right here, and add heat shrink to it so it looks cleaner. And I'll show you guys how these wires end up looking at the end once it's actually functional. Alrighty.